And a very good evening, everybody. I'm John Cole. We hope you're doing well. Pretty simple for those basketball Tetons tomorrow night. In round one of the Region 13 tourney, they have to simply beat Miles Community or their season will continue. And that's going to come to an end. The two teams have met 3 times this year. The Tetons of Alex Herman have won 2 out of 3. Should they beat the Pioneers a 3rd time, they would meet Science on Saturday in Wahpeton in the semifinals. Well, what about the Lady Tetons? Well, this is their situation. Right now they're playing the old waiting game. They have to see if it's going to be Bismarck State or Miles Community, and whoever wins that contest, they would take them on at 5 p.m. The Tetons are the number 2 seed, and Region 13 will get underway in Wahpeton because Wahpeton won the regular season title, and the Lady Cats will take on either Dawson or Lake Region, and that will be at 1 p.m., and those games will be played on Wednesday. So right now, the Lady Tetons have once again finished 2nd. They're hoping to put together a nice little streak and get on to the Nationals. They've worked hard. They certainly deserve it. Now, next season, North Dakota will go to a 3-class system for basketball, and tonight, Teton head coach Alex Herman, a Class B kid through and through who grew up in Tolna, whose dad was a very successful Class B coach, weighs in on this major change to the North Dakota basketball landscape.
You know, it's going to be interesting. There's going to be, a lot of the deals where the tradition piece of it's going to be different, and it's going to be something for, for a few years. It's going to take kind of getting used to, that's for certain. But I think, in the end, I don't think that there's ever a bad thing if you can try and get a little bit more parity and also, just kind of see what exactly this can be. I think a lot of times, there's been a lot of questions the last few years, and now I think it's going to be great that, we get to see what it actually is going to look like. And I mean, hey, I love going to state tournaments. Now I get 3 to pick from. There's nothing wrong with that.
And Class B, it evens the playing field, levels the playing field.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, too, the one thing that's going to be really interesting that we can look at now in the next few years is, so, once we do that, once we kind of level things maybe a little bit more, do you start to see even those smaller schools, those smaller communities where, basketball and just, sports in general bring so many people together? Well, is it going to bring more kids together now as well, too? Are those schools going to start to see their numbers being up a little bit more? Because just the parity in general is going to bring, what you would like to think of really good competition. And now is that going to allow kids to play for longer, to be excited about it, to stick with it? And I think that's going to be one of the things that we might really see in the next few years is, wow, like the schools, the small communities are able to have even more numbers that are in it, which is really what you kind of want with youth sports.
All right, there's no question about that. Speaking of good competition, we're proud to say the Coyotes are going to jump on a bus tomorrow and head to Bismarck for the WDA on Thursday. So many people stop me at the WDA swimming meet from Bismarck and say, boy, it's great to have the Coyotes back. So there you go. Century and Belcourt, 3 p.m. Bismarck and Legacy at 4:45 p.m. The Coyotes in Minot Williston played them very tough in their opener here, 6:30 p.m. And then Mandan and Jamestown, 8:15. Great to have the Coyotes back. 2 wins and they get to state. We have Region 8 coming up in Newtown on Monday, and that's always a great tournament. Powers Lake, BC, we know all about them. And Mandaree at 3 p.m. Trenton's got a good club. They're going to take on Stanley. That's a good matchup. White Shield and Divide County, DC loves their basketball. They would love to get to state. And then Kenmare BB, we saw them, and Trinity Christian. They love to get to state as well. Let's take a time out here on TV8.